Hey, Tony Gasson here. Y'all got to forgive me if my AC blowing in my phone. Me and Lil Tayden in here. we at the one of the places where your hair the women get their hair blow dried. My wife doing that there. And y'all forgive me. Yeah, and I had a video go up late. A lot of people was confused. I shot the video at nighttime, but I was already in bed when it uploaded because I don't have Wi-Fi. So I just sat it on the nightstand and hit upload and made it available so that when it's done, it'll go up. But sometimes them things take an hour, 2 hours. And so when y'all see me doing a video, first, I want you to understand this, is that I'm always doing good. I'm always doing good. Don't matter what me and Tayden naturally got heavy set eyes. So if you see my 9-year-old, come here, Tayden. Come here, come all the way up here. You see my 9-year-old sleep 10 hours a night, but you see how this right here up under his eye? And right there, he sleep 10, 11 hours a night, but we naturally got heavy set eyes. You can sit down. So a lot of times, and it's really because we got bigger eyes than normal. So a lot of times people be like, oh, you look tired, you look tired. My eyes been like that since I was a child. And my mama, she wrote me one day, you look tired, get you some rest, get you some rest. And then she wrote me the next day, sending me a picture from when I was a kid. She was like, oh, your eyes been like that your whole life. I said, yeah, I told you, I could sleep 10 hours. I don't have to get up and go to nobody's job. To God be the glory. And I ain't knocking nobody that do, but I can sleep 10, 12 hours I want to. My eye just gonna look like this regardless. So let me tell y'all first, don't worry about me. If you worry about me, pray for me. You ain't got to be in the comments. It was a lady, she talking about, I hope everything all right. Something look off. And that profile picture, ma'am, listen. Ma'am, listen. Ma'am, I ain't gonna say nothing about you, ma'am. I about said something. I say people just be commenting just to comment. I mean, ma'am, come on now. Like the Bible say, we got to work on ourselves before we comment on somebody else. Somebody put that in the comment. They were like, yeah, the Bible say teach us how to judge people. Get the beam out your eye or something out there before you go to try to get something out somebody else's eye. And that's my thing. I ain't gonna speak on nothing that I ain't living. I ain't gonna speak on nothing that I ain't doing. I'm gonna speak on what I'm working on myself. But this what you got to realize and understand is that we going into us. Y'all got to forgive me. Got my little iced coffee right here. We going into a new day and time. And me, one thing that stick out to me is when Jesus said, get thee behind me, Satan. And I believe he was talking to Peter. And it was, I believe Peter told him, you ain't got to do this. But what there was a spirit in Peter. And that stuck with me. That stuck with me. The other thing that stuck with me from Jesus is when one of the disciples said, hey, let me go bury my daddy. Let me go bury my daddy. And then I'll come follow you. Y'all gotta forgive me. You know how all this, when the sun, all the little dust particles in the car. He said, then I'll come follow you. And Jesus said, he said, let the dead bury their dead, and you come follow me. Now, he was talking about, of course, dead people can't bury dead people, but he was talking about dead meaning spiritually. And that, now, people talk about being harsh. People talk about I be being harsh. It's like, listen, I don't even curse. And when I'm talking to black people, what is more harsh than slavery in America? What's more harsh than Jim Crow? What's more harsh than the segregation without equal rights? What's more harsh than, especially when I'm talking to men, like we grow up getting cursed out by our coaches. Like we get called all kind of names. And some of these coaches are white men cussing out black men. And then you got black men cussing out black, and not men, boys getting cussed out. And then people got the nerve to talk about I'm harsh. I don't even curse. No, I ain't harsh. I got a righteous indignation. I'm serious. And you got to be ready and willing to hear that. But one thing about it is, we getting ready to go into a time to where what we going into, it's finna get real now. It's finna get real. You hear me? It's finna get real. And what I mean by that is, the spiritual warfare is going to intensify. And the warriors gonna have to step up. The warriors gonna have to be plenty. And so when you hear me talking about this Jezebel spirit, somebody was saying, you were talking about a Jezebel spirit a lot. You've been talking about a Jezebel spirit a lot. What's wrong? That's block. Lady, come on here. Tony, you ain't got to name names. If my spirit say a name need to be named, I'ma name it. Because I name my name too. So if a name need to be named, I'ma name it. Why? Because this my message, this my channel. Block. But it's time to get real. It's time to get real. We scared. We placating. When people say you ain't got to name, Jesus called names. If he was talking to the Pharisees, he called them. If he was talking to the Gentiles, he called them by name. If he say render under, he ain't say render under that man what's his. He ain't say get them people what's theirs. He said render unto Caesar what's Caesar's. Render unto God what's God's. Anything Jesus was talking about, he named name. He let you know. And outside of that, he spoke in parables. So it's going to be a time and a season and a reason for both. Sometimes I'm going to be speaking in parables. But guess what? When I'm speaking in parables, those who know. And you'll see the comments full of people. Who is he talking about? Who is he talking about? Who is he talking about? And then I don't even say the name. But when I go to sleep, everybody come on the video and be in the comments saying the name. So I might as well say the name. And then when you don't say the name, the people be like, if you don't sub me. If you're gonna talk about me, say my name. So you can't do right for doing wrong, can't do wrong for doing right. So the thing about it is, I'm gonna say what's on my spirit and pray to God that I'm speaking from the Holy Spirit, because it's a time and a season and a reason for everything. So not always should the same application be applied in different situations. But I'm going to do what I feel led and called and purposed to do. And this one thing that I want you to understand. God sent Moses, didn't he? God sent Jonah. God sent David. God sent Solomon. God sent Paul. God sent Timothy. God sent Jesus. God sent anybody God sent. What did he do? He equipped them. That's why you could pray for those who are on the front line, but you ain't got to worry. Because we talking about God. We talking about God. We're not talking about man. We ain't talking about being backed by man. We talking about being backed by God. So that's what you got to understand. That it's time to be bold. Satan, get thee behind me. Satan, get thee behind me. Anybody that is speaking against the word of God, anybody speaking against the work of God, gonna get blocked. Block. And what I'm saying, this is what I mean in your family, on your job. And here's where spiritual discernment comes in, because you can have a righteous indignation. But what you got to understand is even a righteous indignation still is coming from a place of humility. To submit any correction to your brethren, you have to be humble. So there is a balance in the spiritual that is only understood by those who are called. If you don't understand it, be quiet. Because what you don't understand, it lets you know you are not called. It's not your season yet. When it's your season, when you call, or when you given the understanding, you ain't even gonna have to ask no question. All these parking spots. All these parking spots, man. And she come park right next to me. So that's what I need you to understand. My son texted me, I got to go. But listen, this is the season of Satan, get thee behind me. That might be a hoodie too. Hoodie and t-shirt. Satan, get thee behind me. That's coming. Your family, your friends, anybody. This was Peter, I believe it was, who spoke up, who had been around Jesus. And Jesus say, Satan, get thee behind me. The devil use anybody. It's time to get ready to block and delete, because we got to go forward. We got to go forward, walking in righteousness. We walking in meekness. We walking in humility, but at the same time, we walking in boldness. Now we walking in righteous indignation. Now put that balance together. Only God could do it for you. Only God could do it for you. God bless you. And I'm gonna tell you, even when I'm on here crunk, I ain't mad. Even when I'm crunk, I'm not mad. It's not anger. Even when I misname it, it's a passion for Christ. It's a passion for what's right. And I'm telling you, if the Lord see so fit that I live to see days, I'm 39 years old. We just getting started. We just getting started. If the Lord see so fit, you gonna see a movement. You gonna see a movement. Cause see, first, a man who have kids got to take care of his home. So I can't travel and do what I want to do right now, cause they my first ministry. But when these boys, he 9 years old, I got 9 more years of balancing this work-life balance. Once this youngest one is out my house, listen to me. I'm finna crush the devil windpipe. The devil finna be so mad with me. I'm finna let God use me in ways you ain't seen, you ain't heard, ain't never been done. Listen to me. In America, listen to me. God done already showed me the vision. So we just warming up. This little social media, this internet, we just warming up. We just warming up. The devil is on notice. We coming. The devil is on notice. It's about to get real. The devil is on notice. I got a spoken word. It's called Greatness. It's an album. It's on iTunes. And I released it probably 2015. And on the end of it, on one of the tracks, I say, I'm coming. I'm coming. 2015. A lot of people started to hear that in 2023. Go listen to Greatness. It's 7 tracks. On one of them, I'm talking about, I can't remember the name of it, but I say, I'm coming at the end of it. And I just was letting them know, don't get comfortable, devil. Don't get comfortable. The Lord gonna move. Some work gonna get done. So listen, the line in the sand, you better get right or get left. And if you got an opposition to my message, do yourself a favor and unsubscribe. I don't care about numbers. I don't even count that stuff. I don't keep up with it. Unsubscribe and shut up, because the work gonna get done. And there ain't nothing coming from the comment section, from the peanut gallery, that's gonna change what God got me doing. He would not be God if somebody in a comment section could alter the destiny and the purpose that he has given. You out your mind. Hey, God bless you. Y'all get ready. This just a warm-up message. I have more for you, but I got to shoot them short because I ain't got no Wi-Fi to upload. We'll talk soon.